Welcome to the Riverview Systems Group podcast series. Welcome to the next episode of the Riverview Systems Group podcast series. Today, we are welcoming once again our Director of Design Services, Mike Lee.
Hello.
Once again, Mike, we're thrilled to have you with us. Thanks for being on the show.
Happy to.
Last time we were talking about 2020 and the pandemic. Let's talk this time about something a little bit more fun and exciting. Mike, last time we were discussing 2020 and the pandemic. Let's do something a little bit more fun today. Let's talk about technologies or things that we see maybe coming down in the future. Riverview.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the baseline changes that's coming towards our industry that is coming out of the broadcast world. Broadcast is really trying to TV broadcast, traditional broadcast, sports, and everything about that. The introduction and embrasure of the SMPTE 2110 standard. It's a whole library of technology and standards. But for those that aren't necessarily familiar, most of video infrastructure has historically been SDI based.
Right.
Going back for a long, long time. SMPTE 2110 is all IP based.
Okay.
It's a robust, resilient IT infrastructure for running video and audio and everything, the strengths of what we could do in SDI with multiple languages, with subtitles, and all of that infrastructure, all of that encoding that was done in SDI now carries forward into the strength of IT infrastructure with ultra high resolutions, continuing the multi-language thing, but also adding in error checking and resiliency and some of the challenges that were discovered during COVID with video transmission over the internet, which is still a very new problem to be solving.
Right.
But with the 2110 in leveraging commodity IT infrastructure, very high bandwidth commodity IT infrastructure, to provide high bandwidth, high resolution video signals on considerably less expensive infrastructure.
Well, I'm sure our clients will love that. Anytime
I'm sure.
You could do less expensive.
But there are unique challenges inherent with going to a very IT heavy infrastructure, just like many of our customers know. That is its own black magic.
Okay.
And I don't think it will take over everything in what we do anytime soon. But I think there are realms where that is going to actively modernize how we handle high resolution video transmission, how we integrate large pixel spaces from media servers through our switchers into video walls and that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of strength in that is worth that increase in complexity, because the challenges with baseband video, so your HDMI and your DisplayPort and your SDI, the challenges and restrictions of just the infrastructure that equipment operates in is unchained in 2110. There's a lot less weirdness once you get it configured.
So moving into this 2110 technology, all new gear, or can you use already present gear?
The way that it's currently tracking in the industry is some of the high bandwidth usage, so media servers, LED processors, and the switcher in between will move that way, but there will still be what is now being referred to as gateways in baseband.
Okay.
So a gateway is from baseband, so from HDMI, DisplayPort, legacy video protocols into the 2110 infrastructure. Those gateways are becoming a lot more powerful to allow for the baseband, the HDMI and those infrastructures to integrate in. So you're starting to see the hub of these systems, the video switcher, the high-res video switcher, be able to act as that gateway, to have the high bandwidth 2110 infrastructure interconnects, but also allow the PowerPoint machines, the Keynote, the 16:9 video playback, those to still exist in some legacy, still good, still high quality.
Sure, yeah.
But allow those things to still live without needing to fully embrace 2110 because it is a broadcast standard.
What do you think the future timeline is here as far as a full transition? Are we 5 years out?
I think it's going to be, depending on, there are some developments in the protocol that are happening that are more live event based, that ride on top of the 2110 infrastructure. And as those become more embraced by the manufacturers, I think it will escalate things. But I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see this sort of thing really start to drive change in the industry.
Nice. Excellent. Well, Mike, thanks for the insight. I'm glad that you're the director of design and tech because I wouldn't have been able to do that, ladies and gentlemen. That was very impressive. So once again, thanks for being on the show, and we'll definitely be having you back again.
Love it. Thank you.
Cheers.